Welcome and thanks for clicking on the video. We're coming to you with some Marlins talk, some fighting fish, some BS in Marlins. And with the Marlins taking the series over the Braves this weekend, and Sandy being the pitcher that got the start on Sunday, and having a decent outing to add up to his he's been putting together some good quality starts, four straight quality starts. Sandy has been pretty good in his last four starts, posting a 2.74 ERA, a 1 whip, 19 Ks, only 5 walks, and 23 innings pitched over his last four. This is our sets over his last four starts, cutting down in his ERA after struggling to begin the season. And also over those four starts, only 2 home runs, and they're both against the Phillies. But he's brought down his ERA to now 6.69, 4-8 on the season. And of course, Sandy, one of the top pitchers coming into the season to be traded at the deadline, before the deadline. And my prediction when the Marlins season first started, I said he'll be traded before the deadline, similar to Luis Arraez being traded way before the deadline. But he was struggling and he didn't have enough trade value due to his rough starts to begin the season for the Marlins to trade him, which is smart, of course. Let him put together some starts. But now it begs the question: with the trade deadline just about a month away, is he finally tradable? Whether you see that as a good thing or a bad thing, is Sandy tradable? Will he be traded at the deadline? And now that he's put together these starts, you're seeing more reports, more articles coming out of him, of him in hypothetical trade packages. The trade deadline talk is rapidly heating up. It's been heating up for a couple months. Devers just got traded. The trade deadline talk. It's about that time where everybody starts talking about trade deadline, and a lot of teams need pitching. A lot of playoff teams, and there's a lot of them, especially. Where's the standings? The NL, the Braves are about 4 games or 3.5 games behind a wild card spot. The Diamondbacks, I meant, the Braves are 7 games behind a wild card spot. There's a lot of teams in playoff contention, and a lot of them need pitching. A lot of them need pitching. So Sandy is going to be one of the hottest, possibly, if teams still view him as one of the um, hottest guys out there, hottest guys available. But the question is, do the Marlins believe they will get enough value at the deadline, or are they better off keeping him and getting more value in the offseason if he keeps putting together these type of outings? And in my opinion, as a Marlins fan, the Marlins right now are at the point where I can care less who they trade. No trade can hurt me anymore. No trade. After last season, no trade, I can care less. They could trade Sandy. Unfortunately, he's the best pitcher in Marlins history, the only pitcher to win the Cy Young in a Marlins jersey. And they could trade him. That's where I'm at. I don't care. I have no feelings towards these players anymore. It's over. My attachment, Sandy is probably the last one with attachment. He's the last one that I truly root for, because I just want him to do good, especially coming off of Tommy John surgery. And I want him to get back to Cy Young form, back to 2022 Sandy Alcantara. But in my opinion, the way I see him pitch with his hard hit rate of like 43%, is not really that good. I do not see him keep piecing together these type of starts. And if you can get lucky and have him keep piecing together these type of starts, I say you trade him now. You're going to get the best value, trade him now, because he's looking pretty good. And you get another month of him looking like this, hopefully, you'll get decent return, whether it's from the Cubs who need pitching, the Mets need starters, Giants need starters, for sure. And then the AL, the Yankees definitely need starter. The Blue Jays definitely need a starter. They only got Bassett and Barrios. That's about it. There's a couple other teams in there that need starting pitching, and hopefully they see it in Sandy Alcantara. Now, the other question is, do teams think that these outings or him this stretch of the season is enough to prove that he can go for, that he can even pitch in the playoffs, that he can even make it to the playoffs? Which is another question. Coming off of Tommy John, does he have enough innings in him? That's the question. And do they think that getting later into the season, getting into October, September, that he'll start falling off? Will he start giving up easy hits? Will he start? You start seeing the struggles that you saw earlier in the season. So it's a question of two, two sides. Does Peter Benedict's and the Marlins think that Sandy's at his top value right now, or in a couple months if he keeps piecing together these starts, or do they think they can get more? And do they think he will keep pitching like this throughout the rest of the season, towards the end of the season? And then there's also the other front offices. Do they think that this sample size has been enough to make the move and trade a decent amount? But the other thing I'll say about the other front offices for them to trade for Sandy is Sandy's on a really, really good controllable contract. He's making 17 mil this year, 17 mil the next year, and then after that they have a club option on him. He'll make $21 million. So he has a perfect contract for a pitcher. If he's good, that's a top pitching contract, a great pitching contract to have on your books. It's something very, very affordable. So Sandy's going to be one of the hot commodities at the trade deadline, and I think he's got himself back into trade contention. Sad to say, he's got himself back into trade contention, and I feel like the Marlins can get something that they want, that they were seeking before, that they were looking forward to. Because the Marlins clearly they had their eyes on trading Sandy. It's clear they had their eyes on trading him before the season. They expected him to start the season a little bit better, coming off of Tommy John, show the other teams that he's back, and because 2023 he struggled, he was out for 2024, and now he's struggling in 2025. But teams wanted to see in 2025 if he still had it, and he didn't show it. But now he's showing it. I feel like he's shown a decent amount for teams to make a move for him, especially teams that are desperate for pitching and want to make a run at the playoffs or just in the playoffs. I feel like he's shown enough for them. And if you're going to trade him now. Do not wait for the offseason, because I feel like if he gets a couple more of these starts, just 2, 3, 4 more of these starts before the deadline, I feel like you have him at your top value. Because no matter what, you're not going to get a insane haul. Because at the end of the day, he's still coming off of Tommy John surgery, and that just defeats pitching arms. But yeah, is Sandy tradable? I believe right now they've got him back to tradable status, because before he was definitely not there. Marlins, hopefully they keep piecing together some wins and you won't even trade Sandy, because hopefully they'll be in some type of wild card contention. But that's about a 5% chance of that happening. Hopefully. But hopefully the Marlins keep piecing together wins. Sandy, look for the trade. I mean, I would like to see him go to the Cubs. I feel like that's very entertaining. I watch Cubs games. The Mets would be interesting, and the Yankees, of course, would be very interesting. Send them over there back with Jazz. But Sandy, tradable for sure.